And welcome to GP News, your daily F1 news. I know we haven't been around, that's because I've been sadly really busy, but including Leclerc coming out and saying Ferrari could win the title. That's the constructor's title, obviously, not the driver's title, and that is very much this year. But let's have a look then at the SEEDSTREAM app, sponsored unofficially by the SEEDSTREAM app. And Verstappen brokered a truce between Horner and his father, Jos, apparently. Max has said people don't need to be best friends, they don't need to go on holiday together, but I feel you can have a normal working relationship, which I feel is the case, absolutely, and especially lately it is going much better. But I've always said that when you have problems with each other, you're not happy with something, you talk, you communicate, right? Yeah, Max, you probably do a bit of that advice yourself sometimes when you get really cross, but then again, that shows your passion. That's why people like you, I guess. He says you speak to each other, and that's always a way better than throwing something in the media. Well, yes, Jos, Verstappen and Helmut Marko, absolutely graduates, experts at race fans, is saying Norris says F1's new race director is taking on the hardest sport in the world. He said, I don't think people realise how tough it is. He said, as drivers, we always give everyone a lot of abuse half the time, so it's probably one of the hardest sports to police in the world, I think. He said, I don't know about every sport, but I think it's a sport where so many things can happen. You want rules. You also, and it makes it very tough, he says. And I absolutely second that. I absolutely second that from Lando Norris. Sonoda, he's open to running in the Indy 500. He said, once I start getting a bit older, he said, I have an opportunity, if I have an opportunity, that is, and I feel it's right for some, I would sure love to do. I like the US itself. I don't mind living here as well, but I feel like it's not the time because I can't imagine I am driving it more than a 2-hour race and do more than 200 miles per hour for whatever every lap. He said, for me it's scary. You know, the Indy 500 is such a cool competition and most of the drivers will dream about being there, but currently I don't have a target or anything. Once I start getting a bit older and my mentality of things may change, maybe I'll try at that point. So it's kind of like a nothing story. Here is the wonderful curbs of the Las Vegas Grand Prix. I think they look pretty awesome, don't you? Custom curbs. Kevin Magnussen, he's pretty relaxed over his future because he's overtalks a continuation in his house role. He says, for myself, I've been in this situation twice before, so it's kind of the third time that I feel like this is going to be my last, the last race. I just know you never know. He said, it's kind of fine in a way. I don't really think about it. Next year, if I'm not in F1, that's pretty clear. I've learned over the years with my experience of F1 that every race you do, you just have to enjoy it as long as it lasts. That's my plan. Yeah, fair enough. Here's your 2024 race winners, all of them. I mean, there you go. Hamilton, Silverstone. Even if you're not a Hamilton fan, what a moment that was. Kind of like Max at Brazil. But there you go. Max dominating the first two races. And then we have obviously Carlos Sainz, the third, in Australia. Then Max dominating again. And then it is all about Lando Norris at Miami. Yes, the lucky safety car. Max drove the wheels of it to win at Imola. Then Monaco, Charles. Max again in Canada, which was a really exciting race. And he did well in Spain. But then that was it, wasn't it, for a while? Because then we had Austria was all about George Russell. Lewis Hamilton in the UK, in Great Britain at Silverstone. Oscar in that slightly interesting win in Hungary. Then Lewis again in that, George Russell getting DQ'd. And then Lando Norris beating Max in his backyard. An awesome victory for Charles Leclerc. And then it's all about McLaren for the next two, which was something. And then, Oscar Piastri, that was a brilliant in Azerbaijan. And equally brilliant was Lando Norris getting the start right for once. Leclerc winning the USA race. Sainz winning Mexico. Ferrari looking good. But then Max Verstappen coming back in Brazil. But there we go. So Carlos Sainz hits back at McLaren over Las Vegas Grand Prix showdown. He's talked up McLaren's chances compared to Ferrari at the Las Vegas Grand Prix, highlighting their struggles with managing their tyre temperatures in 2024 as a factor favouring Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri. Lewis Hamilton clarifies his Ferrari rumours after Enzo Ferrari's F1 base privilege talk. He's confirmed he will not be living in Enzo Ferrari's house, much of what all of us were saying. And here we go. This is Charles Leclerc, our last story. Ferrari really has a shot at usurping McLaren's title hope. Leclerc says, I think the target is to beat McLaren, and we really think we have a shot this year. He said, we've been particularly strong in the last 3 races, but we are also aware that we cannot rely on the good results of the last 3 races. We've got to focus step by step. There are still points to grab this weekend, but in Qatar there will be a sprint weekend as well. So lots of points. We've just got to stay on it and stay focused until the end. Can Ferrari win? Absolutely, they could. I mean, they have. I mean, when you just look, for example, at what they did in the USA and Mexico, they scored quite a few tasty points, didn't they? Unlike McLaren. So McLaren potentially in a bit of danger, if I'm honest. Yeah. So if you like what you see, please give us a subscribe, and we'll speak to you soon. Stay safe, and thank you very much.